How's it going, everyone? It's Liam Carlson here with another episode of Squid Game. We're on episode number 5 of season 2. Excited to get into this and to see how things will fare in, of course, the six-legged game that we are currently on. That we've bypassed one round, which didn't go so well. Yeah, I do have faith from I wouldn't say from here onwards, but with the next team that we briefly saw in the ending of the last episode, I do have a bit of faith. So yeah, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, it's been a very, very fascinating and interesting season so far, especially with, of course, the front man posing as one of the contestants, and of course, Gi-hun has no idea at the minute. So yeah, of course, we have Junho's story as well, which I'm already starting to have suspicions on in regards to the fisherman. So yeah, but we'll, like I said, have to see where things will go. So why don't we get into this episode? It is episode number 5 of Squid Game season 2. Let's go. Try it with the other side. At first you don't succeed. Boom! Love a way of thinking. Destroy that stone. It worked! Now she's getting the advice. She gave it to her son now. Mother like son. Oh my god! Damn, girl! Oh my god! I love her. I love her. She has to catch it. Oh. Hey! We did it! This is sad as well, like, just celebrating with Gi-hun, considering he's pretending. I love how we're just skimming through the rest of the teams before we get to Gi-hun and Ko's group, I guess.
저 우리 팀 믿습니다.
You son of a...
또 여기 우승자도 계시니까.
The trolling that he's doing is just impeccable. I hate this bastard so much. There is no way they are acing this on their first tries. There is no fucking way.
죄송합니다.
죽으러 가시죠. 자, 시작.
Are we not being suspicious about this dickhead, Gi-hun?
왜 이러는 거야, 진짜?
Jesus Christ, give him an Oscar. The music resumes. We finally have hope. Oh. 3, 2, 1. Always on the last second. No, of course that was deliberate on Inho's. Oof.
얘한테 왜 존댓말 써? 얘 너랑 동갑이야. 야 남수야, 너 구칠 맞잖아.
남규요.
그래 남규야, 너 구칠 맞잖아.
Does he always get his name wrong?
둘이 동갑이니까 편하게 말까? 그래 이 팀워크 살지. 오케이?
There's no point.
넌 몇 살이야?
Yeah. Thanos is trying to bring order.
많이 쳐다보면 좀.
뭔 수술?
This money would help.
그것도 수술해서 만든. 아니 어쩐지 꽤 크잖아.
My God! Oh my god! Yeah, she got bollocked once and they weren't gonna let that fly, were they?
내가 자세히 브리핑 좀 해줄까? 네가 지금 어떤 상황인지?
You are. Oh, go on, y'all! Go on! Kick their asses! Oh.
그때 손가락을 전부 다 잘라서 소각로에 태워버릴 거야. 재미도 좀 보고.
Jesus Christ.
성이
저는 성기훈이라고 합니다.
아 성기 성이네요.
Oh. Oh my. I think he's starting to suspect something's off with him.
8천도 안 되네.
Well, people are gonna.
진짜 그거밖에 안 죽었어요?
It's very macabre, though.
맞아요?
Oh my god.
그거밖에 안 죽었다고요?
오늘 집에 가면은
Said she wants to go
김치찌개
home.
끓여 먹자. 묵은지 꺼내서.
돼지고기 팍팍 넣고 말이야. 아우 갑자기 배고프네.
저기
Go home and have that
만난
pork.
것도 인연이.
광명이.
아이고 버스 타면 30분이네.
Easy, right?
아니 다들 어떻게 이렇게 가깝게 살아?
What a small world.
인연이 이게 신기한 인연일세.
He's not. Oh my god, you dickhead! I know what he's like. She's talking about going home, having pork, and all of that, and he's gonna stay around for the money. He's playing strategic. It's so funny though, because again, like the chances of him accidentally dying and all of that during the game, even though that's not in his intent, there could be the opportunity for people to want to get out of Dodge. You snake. You snake. You bastard! She wants to go home and you're like throwing her. She's gonna die next game, isn't she? Oh. I mean, she was quite hesitant when when they were talking. Oh no.
126번.
Oh no. I don't know. Oh no, here we go again.
사람들이 그렇게 죽어나가는 꼴을 보고도
Oh my god, it knows the war. Oh my god.
정말 다음 판에 안 죽을 두 번째 판에 7,800. 한 판 더해서 상금이 3배.
Yeah, but that requires lives lost, including yours potentially. Then there won't be any debt to pay off because you'll be dead.
아, 제발요.
나랑 가족들은 미래가 없어요.
H
장사하다가
has jack all to do with this.
최소한 거기서 절반은 가지고 나가야 내가.
Is he pretending to cry?
그러다 우리 한 판만 더도 말고 덜도 말고 딱 한 판만.
I hate him. I hate him so much.
한판 더, 한 판 더, 한 판 더, 한 판.
What a dick.
다음 달까지 못 갚으면은 큰일 나. 내 눈이랑 간이랑 콩팥이랑 다
God.
빼다 팔아버린대. 그런데 진짜 그럴 놈들이야. 나 그동안 집에 먹고 들어간 거.
What would be very, very messed up is because we know that those who do survive and get eliminated, I guess. I said, yeah, those who are not instantly dead. Well, we know that they get harvested and all of that. So, and I'm already anticipating one of these two dying next game because, the mom was, so hell bent on having pork and, wanting to get out of Dodge. But we had a feeling even before the voting process that her son wasn't he was gonna stick on for one more game. And it just makes you think, yeah, one of these two is going to die. It's either going to absolutely mess him up seeing her die, or the greed's going to, like, it might be a situation where, well, you got too ambitious, kind of like gambling. If you acquire an amount of winning and all of that, and you want it to go higher to see how much more you can rake it, and then you lose it all. It could be like that for him. And I mean, he's already said he's in debt when it comes to gambling and all of that, so it would be very, very apt, and he could just lose it all. So, if anything, I'm banking on the son dying. Especially now that he's just said that, oh, they'll take my eyes, livers, etc. And they do that here.
난 너 여서
Oh,
잘못되면
no.
혼자 나가봐야
Oh my god.
나는 괜찮아.
알았어.
야야야야.
Oh my god.
그럼 아예 멀리 가든가. 신경 쓰게 뭐 하신 겁니까? 거기서 쭈구리 같이.
Oh, he feels so awkward. Oh no.
저거는 조금 부족해서 앞에 투표하러 나갔을 때 딱 한 판만 더 해볼까 생각하기도 했었고.
Yeah.
그랬구나.
Oh god. Oh god. At least there's a bit more of a
정말 이해해 주셔서 감사해요.
benevolent atmosphere here, I
나는 정말
guess.
자신 있었고.
신우유를 못 마셔요?
And he's thinking about the baby as well. Oh.
감사합니다.
이 빵도 먹어요.
Oh my
나니까
god.
먹을 자격도 없어.
Oh wow.
그럼 그 우유는 나 줘요.
You said you don't deserve this, so.
제가 여자가 되고 싶다고 고백하고 이렇게 바뀌고 나니까
People started
달라지더라고요.
to let their bigotry consume them. Oy.
거긴 정말 이쁜 친구들이 많다고 하더라고요.
I want her to. Yeah, I want her to thrive. I just worry about some of these characters and how they are not going to get that chance of happiness. And
하는
250에서 456억 다 먹었지. 그래서 넌
well, if he wins the entire prize,
넌 행복 찾고. 워.
you'll be dead.
내가 혼자
46.
456억 먹으면 넌 죽은 거야.
45.6 billion.
내가
아까부터 너무 예민한 거 아니에요? 아무리 그래도 사람들끼리 어떻게 그렇게까지
You snake!
때 수십 명이 밤에 서로 싸우다 죽었어요. 바로 여기서. 당신은 몰라요.
Oh, he
이 안에서
does.
사람들이
He's just. The trolling that he's doing is
어떻게
just
변할 수 있는지.
insane.
혹시나 해서 내가 호신용으로 여기 꼽고 왔다.
I love her. I love her.
가부는 놈들이 있으면 확
Oh my god.
이제 요실금이 와갖고 기속 없이는 밖에도 못 댕기고 또 여기 올 때 아무것도 못 챙겨 와서는 저
I love her. She is incredible.
짜먹어 죽어야 쓰겄어요. 내가 전생에 뭔 죄를 졌길래 이
He was so done. He was so done.
같이
That guard was so done with her speech. I love it. She was deep in monologue, and he was like, "Fuck's sake!"
힘들면 나 잡아요.
그 돈
Somehow got out.
네가 가지고 나가면 어떨 것 같아?
Oh,
또 말을 그렇게 하냐? 같이 나가면 되지.
kind of reflecting
그래서
on
다시 들어온 거야.
Sang-woo.
화장실도 혼자 못 가서 질질 짤 것 같은데 딱 이 생각이 드니까는 씨발 못 나가겠더라고.
아이 새끼 구락하고 있네 진짜.
진짜 니네 엄마고 맹세.
거기다 왜 우리 엄마를 걸어? 니네 엄마를
Yeah,
걸어.
swear on your
누구
own.
엄마를 걸든. 계속 영 딴 사람 같더니.
I mean, he's been so traumatized as Gihan, hasn't he?
다음 게임 끝나면은
He is like
밖에 나가자.
trying to bring that
나가서
humanity out of him in a sense.
아가씨도 아가도 다 괜찮을 거야. 걱정하지 마요.
Oh, my heart. Oh. She thinks you're nice.
아무튼 난 상금 2억만 채우면 여기서 나가려고. 빚이 얼마인지 모르지만 너도 잘 생각해.
You don't have to cave to peer
넌 여기서
pressure.
오래 못 버텨.
미안해요.
괜찮아요. 다 같이 잘해서 이번 게임 끝나고 같이 나가면
Oh
되잖아.
no! I'm getting bad vibes. I'm getting bad vibes. Vanos is just vibing. Everyone else is just like so confuddled. Oh god. We be mingling. Oh god. Vanos was just vibing at the end like, yeah! And everyone's like, round and round we go. So, kind of similar to the last episode where we'll get more into the game next episode, so, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, there doesn't seem to be much of a, like, I don't know, it doesn't seem to be as, well, we'll find out what happens in the next episode, but I'm just thinking about how the second game went down and some of the games that went in, well, some of the mini games, should I say, and it doesn't seem to be that, like, bad. We'll just have to wait and see. But, of course, if you're going to be in certain teams as well, it makes it easier with the bonds you formed-ish, because, again, like some people have said, what if it's like less than this number? What if it's like this number? So, yeah, but I'll just have to wait and see. But there were some really, really interesting moments with this episode. So, yeah. It's just really it is just really, really amazing to have certain moments where humanization comes in, like especially if you voted to stay in and there is a reasoning. So yeah. Like there is a really, really hard hitting thing. I mean, yeah, you do want to escape for your lives, but this episode you do get to see how there are certain humanizing elements, I guess you could say, to certain people's stories, and it's just, yeah. So it was quite tense with this episode. The next episode's definitely gonna be very, very intense, I would say. Especially with some of the conversations that were had with this episode. There did seem to be a bit of foreshadowing about things not going, see, I don't know who exactly is going to die, but I feel like there are going to be characters that we've gotten to know during the course of the season that are definitely going to die. As I've said, with the bits of conversations that we've had, yeah, I mean, the last, well, I wouldn't say it's the last game, but the game that we have coming up, it doesn't seem like it's on paper. It does seem a bit easier than the whole mini game thing that we had, but I feel like it's going to be a bit more difficult. So, and like I said, I think with this episode, it was definitely setting things up in terms of certain characters that are potentially going to die. One of the two out of the mother and the son is going to die for sure. Especially with some of the bits and pieces that was said, it was like setting up the stage in terms of one of these two is going to die. So especially with the mother said about the fact that if he died, she has nothing to live for if she does get out of this alive. So yeah. And again, I'm just thinking about the whole organ donation bit that we have going. So, and that he might be a part of that. And that is kind of fucked up, isn't it? Considering, because I just had that moment where I'm just thinking, well, the gamblers are going to go after his eyes, livers, etc. But I think that might happen here. So, because there is a form of gambling in this whole game, and it's gambling with your lives, really. So, yeah. I don't know if Junbei is going to die as well. He's talking about essentially the good old days with Gi-hun. And I did make a mention in the video about how funny it was that there was almost a sense of humanity lost when it comes to Gi-hun. Because and it's not so much in the sense of being like being completely without remorse or anything like that. And it's more so about the fact that, you know, Gi-hun has been kind of troubled and traumatized, understandably, and, you know, Junbei, he wants to bring the Gi-hun of old back, really. So it's just really, really heartbreaking in a sense, because I do feel like he's wanting someone that he used to know to come back, and he's trying to, you know, break through that exterior of pain, really, to reach back into him. So yeah, but it was really, really interesting to see how this episode would come about. Because, like I said, coming into this episode with the Six Legs game, I kind of had a feeling that you know, the first team would thrive. So would Gi-hun's team. Although I really loved how that came about, because the first three games just first try all around, and I'm like, holy shit. Because even that little dice game, I've stressed enough about how I would not be able to do that. So yeah. So yeah, but I just love the fact that Idho was absolutely sabotaging shit. Oh, we got lots of time, and then, you know, you got the front man who's deep down in his head, oh, I'm gonna make life a living hell for these guys, and he just deliberately throws the game so much to the point where it was cutting it close. So yeah, I was just thinking it would just be it kind of would be hilarious if his attempts of sabotage ultimately led to his death. So yeah, but yeah, it like, I do have a feeling that Gi-hun is starting. There have been moments where he has, you know, kind of stared at the front man, and has been like, there has been moments where I feel like he's trying to gauge in on him in a sense. So yeah, because especially after that second game, I'm just thinking, come on, bud, you've got to start, like, yeah. After that, yeah, you've got to start thinking about the fact that, is he throwing the game deliberately? Because that, the way he just yeeted it back, come on, you got to wake up, bud. So, but it is so infuriating for us, the viewers, because we know Gi-hun does it, and we just want to grab through. We want to go through the screen and tell him this guy is, very, very shady. So yeah, and it was just really, it was, I'm not gonna lie, I am having a blast seeing him just troll. It's sick, isn't it? It's just saying the fact that I am having a blast seeing him troll, but there is just a funny switch up between the kind, like, I feel like as the front man, we've seen him so menacing and all of that, but as Inho, I guess you could say, because he's not the front man in this whole situation. He's there's a sense of hilarity in him in a way. So and I feel like there is, like, I don't know, there are kind of layers of humanity seeping out. I'm not saying that he's going to absolutely realize what Gi-hun was saying and he's going to have a change of heart, but I feel like, especially with Junhee and the pregnancy situation, I feel like there is going to be I feel like there are, I don't know, I want to hope there are certain moments that he is contemplating. So yeah, but yeah, it was just really, I don't know, I felt like it was very condescending as well, when they had the voting process and Gihon was about to speak out again. Like, I felt like like as soon as he spoke up, Gihon, there were a lot of people like, oh shit, here we go again. And then Inho was like, let me do this. Let me do this. So it didn't work last time, might work for me. So it was just really, really wild. And I felt like it was very condescending. So yeah. But again, I really, really loved how interesting, like especially after the voting, the like the whole vibe was. I felt like it was very, very interesting. You had obviously regret because some people who were assigned to certain teams and all of that who wanted to get out of Dodge, you just think about the mother and all of that and how she was talking about, oh, we could all, have this and that. And then there was some people who still wanted to vote for the games. Yeah, like I said, it was just very, very interesting to see how certain people were how certain people were like faring in terms of certain bits of remorse and all of that. Like they didn't ideally, obviously, want to go through with this, but there are certain debts that are still bigger. So it is very interesting, though. Before I do talk about some of the characters, that there are a bunch of people who are like, "Oh, one more game, one more game." And I feel like I've mentioned this before, but they are banking on more people dying, and it's kind of fucked up. So when people are chanting about, "Oh yeah, one more game," I just can't help but think of how fucked up it is, because either these people are not thinking things through in regards to the fact that, well, the money is not going to improve if you all survive, or they are banking on more people dying, and it's kind of messed up. So the whole idea of people chanting one more game is really, really diabolical, because they are either not thinking things rationally or they are just banking on more people dying. So it is really, really yeah. Um but yeah, it was a very, very, it was very interesting, like I said, after the whole voting process, to see how certain characters were, because like with the trans woman, I really, really loved going into her story, and how, I mean, of course, when it comes to transitioning and all of that, I guess especially in South Korea as well, um it is very, very difficult, isn't it, in terms of people treat you in a certain way, and even family, and it really does become very heartbreaking. So, and I felt so bad for her. So, because that's it though. I'm not gonna obviously judge everyone. I mean, I felt like the son was definitely. I mean, yeah, his debts were building up. There was a little more and all of that, but there are some people who just don't have that sympathetic story, and you can't blame some people who just want a bit more. It's just like, you're really playing with fire here, aren't you? So, and the trans woman is definitely an example of people that you do feel so bad for, even if they voted to stay in for the games, because um with South Korea, you just got to think about how problematic they are when it comes to trans rights. And um yeah, I do love as well, because you just got to think about the mother as well, who was judgmental at first. You think back to episode 3, and she was being very judgmental, and then in this episode, you have her be very, very supportive, and um, see how open minded she is, and I really loved that, because she was very judgmental in the other episode. But again, you've just got to think about how when it comes to transitioning, even in general, but like I said, I know South Korea will have its difficulties in terms of people who are going to live in that ignorance. Um, with transitioning, it's not going to be easy. And it was really, really it was really, really sad with how she went into her story. She lost everything because she wanted to be liberated. She wanted to be herself. And it's just really heartbreaking. So it was really, really great stuff to go into certain stories, like I said, in regards to how some people, they might want to continue the game because there is a very poignant reason. So, um, yeah, and there's not really a selfish method in regards to continuing with the games. It's, if anything, very heartbreaking. So yeah. But it was a really, really great episode. I'm going back to the old one, but I really, really loved, like, again, that moment where she was begging for the guard to let her to the toilet and all of that, and she went into that monologue. The music choice in this episode was just wild as well. Like, even in Gihun's game and all of that, with the I don't know, there was kind of an Olympic vibe. I don't know how to describe it, but the music felt like that. Very victorious, very motivating. So, and of course, when Inhu through the game, yeah, I just love how the music just went out and then resumed back in once he decided to stop dicking around. But the music was what, like, again, going to the old woman, it was just really, really amazing how they just played it in terms of the tone that she was trying to give off in terms of trying to get the guard to understand she needs to go to the toilet. It was just really, really hilarious. And I just couldn't help but think about the guard, about how he's probably like, fuck's sake, just let her go to the toilet. So yeah, it was wild, it was hilarious, and I loved it. So yeah, but yeah, I'm just really, really worried about where this next episode's going to go, like I said, because I do feel like there are going to be some casualties when it comes to the people who have um given really, like, oh, once we're done with this, we're out of here. Like, I feel like some people are setting themselves up, obviously unknowingly for them, but for us, the viewer, they are setting themselves up for, yeah, a very, very tragic. And we're close to the end. Next episode's the penultimate episode of season 2. So, yeah, I feel like it's gonna be rough. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You check my videos on the right. If you want to check out more of my content, you can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I'll see you guys next time. Toodles!